My name is Rick. I found this place in 2007 when I was training for Epic and met a guy by the name of Freddie Lecranci. We came up one weekend to have a look at an investment in the Karoo. Looked at various farm options as a getaway, but more from a legacy point of view. And on the Sunday, the 13th of May, it was Mother's Day, 2008, we actually on a handshake decided to buy it. We were the first shareholder on the development. At that stage, Freddie was still busy putting up the game fences. There was no game on there, on the reserve, and as I say, it was all done in a handshake. So from that perspective, we agreed almost as gentlemen. The introduction of the game followed very shortly, but part of the negotiation was that water had to be here within 2 weeks. You've probably taken some film on the water supply to the various plots, and within 2 weeks, Freddie had the water, the tap, which was situated just there where the carport is at the moment, had the water there within 2 weeks, and we started building 2 weeks later. What we decided at that stage as a first time building on the reserve, obviously logistics was a huge challenge at this stage. We had no idea how we were going to get the logistics right. We then did interviews with the architect, who was Clive Strawbridge, who was from Berrydale. He was appointed as the architect, and he did some costing for us. He also then got hold of two contractors, or not contract, two suppliers, and then we had an agreement with them. And obviously, at that stage, we needed to put something together so future shareholders had an infrastructure. There we got hold of different product providers in terms of builders and suppliers of sanitary ware and typical building suppliers, and invited them out to the place, to the reserve. At that particular stage, we got together once we had got to roof height and had all the product providers come out, and they kind of started to grasp the concept of what Freddie, the developer, was trying to achieve. Yeah, from there, basically, we listed product providers. We didn't make it exclusive. We called them preferred product providers, and we made the list available to various shareholders as they were interested and actually purchased. Later on, we established a builder by the name of Ferdi, and Ferdi, at this stage in 2014, has built the majority of houses on the development. Clearly, all shareholders have an opportunity and a choice of who they like to use. However, the building guidelines that have been structured by the Homeowners Association determine certain rules for aesthetics point of view, etc. As at now, we have well over 1,000 head of game, which range from springbok, kudu, gemsbok, eland, a couple of giraffe, and the typical type of game found in the area. And we're in the process of putting a game strategy together from a perspective of an annual game harvesting process, which will include certain individuals in assisting us with that strategy. The main reason of me investing in this place, as I mentioned earlier, was more than just an investment, but from a legacy point of view. As everyone knows, land is one of those items, if you like, that they don't have a continuous flow. In other words, at some point in time, land will become either fully developed or it will become to the extent where there's just not enough for people. So from a legacy point of view, I feel that this investment over time, and yeah, when I talk about time, probably 20, 30 years, we'll see a return. I don't see a return coming from this in the short term. Obviously, around the area, there's been many other developments of this type of nature, and in particular game farms, and not to the extent where you've got a game estate, but most certainly game farms are developing around the area. And I see a lot of people seeing that as part of their attraction to the Karoo. Other than that, the lifestyle, as you can see, behind me we've got the Touwsberg Nature, or the Touwsberg Mountain Range, which in the 7 years that I've been involved here has had snow on that mountain once. We've had numerous storms and damage which has been caused, and all of that has been part of our learning process in terms of how to not only to look after the vegetation and make sure when shareholders actually purchase that we don't damage the surrounding area from that perspective, and we try and control that type of destruction which happens without, I suppose, as a result of ignorance more than anything else. Other than that, what can I say is that Touwsberg has a special charm to it. The interesting thing about Touwsberg is that we have quite a wide range of characters who have invested here, and by implication, with a wide range of characters, you get various ideas and sometimes conflicting ideas which come out. Hence why we developed the Homeowners Association rules in the form of a constitution, a set of building guidelines, and then the basic rules for those shareholders that actually let out their property as part of a way to draw an income stream. And yeah, as you can see in the reserve, the plots are very strategically situated so that investors are not on top of each other. And I suppose in coming into land and closing is that not only is trust one of the most important aspects or values that we need in the reserve, but also that of respect and integrity. And that's what makes Touwsberg not only work, but become that special place which most people, I sense, the very reason why they invested here.